So first and foremost, you've got to stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. What do I mean by that? In other words, quit learning standalone vocabulary words. Tú sabes como leche, agua, favorita, rojo, roja. You know, just learning words with no rhyme or reason. Just filling your head with these random words. That's the type of that's going to get you nowhere fast. I mean, I get it. I've been exactly where you and many other Spanish learners are. And that's why I want better for you. So check it out. Instead of focusing on standalone nouns and adjectives, I want you to work with short, punchy phrases. Easy phrases for you to remember and to interject in common situations and everyday conversations. You see, I figured this out on a whim almost 30 years ago in college. And of course, I didn't have a name for this process or this checklist that I followed back then. But now I'm calling it power phrase packs. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with small but highly utilized phrases. Phrases that you would use in normal, everyday conversations. It's actually a great way to start off for a true beginner. And a good rule for a day one beginner is starting off with 10 to 15 phrases per week and then mastering them. That's the key. Don't move on until you master them. So what's your end goal at the end of the week? It's trying to incorporate these 10 to 15 phrases in a real conversation. And then you want to compound those 10 to 15 phrases from week 1 to the phrases that you're going to use for week 2. And of course, now you've got 20 to 30 phrases that you can actually utilize in an everyday conversation. And you just continue to compound from there on. But what is super important here is not overdoing it. You've got to know your limit before you reach that point of no return where you get stressed out and anxiety hits. Bottom line is we want to know our limits to avoid frustration in the learning process. Think of it like this. You wouldn't jump on a treadmill in week 1, walk 30 minutes, and turn around in week 2 and try to run a mile in under 7 minutes. Thing is this, you can't be in a rush. You got to slow walk this thing. Until you can rattle off those 10 to 15 phrases each week like your full name, do not pass go. So I know you're like, well, what phrases do I learn? Glad you asked. If it were me, I keep it simple. Great question. And quite honestly, it's your own choice. But for me, I would kiss it. Keep it simple Spanish. I mean, you got to crawl before you can sprint, right? So let's break down an example of step 1 and how you can implement it today. So on day 1 through 4, I would master the following. A combined greeting like, hola, ¿cómo estás? So how to respond to the question, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias a Dios. ¿Y tú? And hit them with that trigger phrase, ¿y tú? Then I would introduce a new question like, ¿cómo te llamas? How would you be able to respond to the question, ¿cómo te llamas? Me llamo Omar. ¿Y tú? On day 5, I would incorporate another phrase, mucho gusto. Igualmente would be my day 5 phrases that I would introduce. And if you're gaining value in today's video, be sure to give it a like and make sure to share it out with people that you know are dealing with the same issues of learning Spanish and becoming a confident Spanish speaker. Day 6 and day 7, I would work it as the entire combo pack. So from day 1 to day 5, everything all at once. Rehearse that. Know it like your first, middle, and last name. On day 7, do the exact same thing. And then the bonus part is you're going to implement this conversation into a real conversation. Of course, you won't do both parts. You will do the parts and expect what it is that they're going to be saying on the back end because you've already set up a mock conversation. On day 8, you're going to start the cycle over with a fresh new set of phrases. You're only going to implement this if your combo practice and your real world conversation practice went great without any glitches. As you can see right here, all I did was frame a typical conversation that you would have in real life. Pero tienes que recordar, don't be in a rush to move ahead. Slow walk this thing and let things occur naturally. There's no need to be in a rush. And don't move ahead until you feel like you're ready to progress. Which brings us to step number 2,